Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Jeannie, and it's Jeannie's signature. So I welcome you all to my channel. So this is what we're going to be making today. It's just a simple gown with these beautiful designs in the front, and I beaded the neckline. So it's a very simple DIY. It's beginner friendly. It's trendy. It's simple. It's elegant, and it's very nice. So you can see the neckline. And you can see the beautiful appliques that was used to adorn this beautiful gown. It's simple. It's a little bit of like an A-line gown. So if this is what you're interested in, please kindly relax and don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and don't forget to share as you watch. Like I said, it's a very simple tutorial. I just decided to share it with my beautiful subscribers. So please enjoy. So I have my fabric. This is the style. This is what I'll be making. As you can see, it's on the screen. It's very simple and direct. So I folded my fabric into two and I will cutting both the front and the back simultaneously. Now, if you want a zipper for the back, you can go ahead and cut the front first before placing and then cutting your back by adding the zip allowance. But I'll not be doing that. I'll be cutting it without a zip allowance. So the first thing I did now is just to get my shoulder measurement divided by 2. And then I marked that. And then I came down for my armhole measurement. And then I marked again my shoulder measurement on that part so that it will give me a straight line. And then I'll be connecting it like so. So the next thing for me to do is just to get my bust measurement divided by 4. I added 1 inch for ease and then 1 inch for sewing allowance. And then came down for my shoulder slope by 1 inch. And then I did my neck width to be 3.5 inches and then I connected like so. So now I get the midpoint for my armhole and then carve it out like so. So I'll be getting the half length or the waist and then the shoulder to the hip respectively. So now I divide the waist measurement by 4. I'll mark that, add 1 inch for ease and then 1.5 inches as sewing allowance. I repeated the same thing on the hip line, divide the hip by 4, add 1 inch for ease and then add 1.5 inches as sewing allowance and then I connected like so. So whatever I have on my hip line, I'll take it straight down to the hem of the gown like so. And then I'll mark it. And then to this part, I'll be adding by either 4, 5, 6 inches, depending on how A shape you want yours to be. I don't want it to be too A shaped. So that's why I just marked about 5 inches there. And then I'll be connecting that line in a slanted way like so, just to give me a little bit of like an A-line shape. And so I'll connect. So I'll basically go ahead and cut this out. So for the back neckline, I made use of 1 inch, and then for the front depth neckline, I made use of 4 inches. So I connected that like so. So I'll be cutting out the back neckline first, and then I'll slant my shoulders. And then I'll cut it out like so. So if you're new to my channel, I really welcome you. And from any part of the world that you're watching, please kindly subscribe, like, and share. And if you have any questions, please kindly leave it in the comment section and I'll be ready to oblige you. So I removed the back piece and then cut out the neckline for the front piece. Now I just want to show you that I'll be using a bias to turn the neckline. So now, I'm not adding zipper to this. So in order for it to be easy for my clients to wear, I'll come down by the neckline for the back by about 4 inches, and then I'll slit that open because I'll be adding a button to that at the back. So this is just for her to be able to wear it easily without a zipper. So I'll be using my bias, matching colored bias, to turn the neckline and then join the shoulders. But I forgot to show you how I got the midpoint of that design. I totally forgot. So I had to come back to do it. I thought the camera was running. So I just came down by about 1 inch and then did a slight curve like so. So that's how I got that shape that you have in the front. Mine is wider than the one in the thumbnail anyways. But if you want yours to be a little bit tinier, then you have to come down by about half an inch and then you just give it a curve like that. So I've gone ahead to use my bias to turn the necklines, and then I inputted where I'll be fixing my button, as you can see. So the next thing is for us to fix these appliques that I got. So for this, we have different types of appliques. We have the ones that are sewable, and then we have the ones that you need to iron them. So like for instance, this one I'm making use of, I'm going to be using a steam iron to iron it to the clothes because it already has a gum at the back. So I don't need to sew it, and it has stones on it, so I can't really sew. It's gonna be breaking my needles. So it's the best bet is just to give it a very good ironing, and it will be coming to the cloth perfectly well because you don't need to use extra gum to do that because it already came with a gum. So you can see the back that it's gum. So now you're going to be placing it the way you want it to be. So that is what you can see me doing. I'm trying to place the appliques like so. Just take your time until you get the desired look that you would want. So you can see if there are some excesses in some places, you cut it out and then place it very well. So that is what you can see me doing. Just trying to fill in some spaces, and then I think comfortable with the way it looks now. So I'll just make sure I use my pins to hold all this down, and then go ahead and then iron. Give this a very, very good press. And when you want to do this, please kindly do this on the reverse side of, like, if you want to iron it, you must iron the reverse side. If you iron it from the top like this, it will not gum very well. So I would advise you, I don't know how you're going to be turning it, but you just need to gum it from the reverse side. That is where the gum is. You turn it and then you give it a very good press. So you can see the way I arranged it. So this is the way I'll just go ahead and then give this a very good hot press so that it will gum to the fabric. And then I'll be back. So I've gone ahead to do that, and this is what we have. So you can see that it has gummed properly to the fabric. Even though after all this I still went ahead and then gummed it. So this is the bead I will be making use of to adorn the neckline, as you can see, to give that shape. So I'll be using these small beads to do that. It's gold color because my fabric is like a cream color, so I decided to use that gold. So the next thing basically to do now is to just go ahead, turn this out like so, and then place the right sides facing each other. So I decided to use a bias later for the front part as well, as you can see. So in order for me to have a clean finishing, I'll be using my hemming gum to do justice to that, and then give it a very good press, and then fold it in as if just to give it a neat finishing. So I'll just go ahead now and then close it up by the sewing allowances on the sides. Close it out with your sewing allowances. And then for the hem of the gown, you don't need to turn that because we already have the salvage ends at that place, so you don't need to fold anything. So this is the sleeves. I just want to show everything ASAP. So these are the sleeves. This is the basic sleeve, and then I pleated some parts like this just to give it like that one on the thumbnail, and just fix it to the gown, and then that is all. So if you don't know how to turn your necklines neatly with bias, I already have a detailed tutorial on how to do that. And if you don't know how to cut a basic sleeve, I already have that on the channel as well. You can do well to check that out. So this is the end of the tutorial, and I hope you really enjoyed it. So this is our fabric came out. Thank you all, and God bless you. See you on my next tutorial. Bye.